Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to AGA-CAD's training session for fire sprinkler system design and designers. So today we have a not very usual webinar. It's not kind of a webinar, but it's a training session when you'll be able to work together with me. And my name is Jacob. I'm a MEP engineer here in AGA-CAD. So as well, I'm working as an application engineer here. So the solutions that we will see today and that we will work today are made by our team. So what we're doing, so we're trying to build BIM together with our customers. So we are creating solutions based on the experience of our most advanced users, and we're just reducing BIM stress, and we're trying to eliminate tasks that do not create value. And how we do that, we're trying to create some special software that will increase your working productivity and that will just eliminate your tasks that do not create value. So today we will speak about the fire sprinkler system design within Revit, and I just want to share my knowledge that I get during the past 3 years of my work here in AGA-CAD and the work with the fire protection system. So we will learn how to lay the sprinkler heads in your projects faster, how to route your pipes faster, and how to distribute hangers on those pipes. So everything will be made using 3 different softwares. So the main software is Autodesk Revit, and we are going to use two different solutions, add-ins for Revit. So the first one is Fire Sprinkler, that makes the design easier for fire sprinkler protection systems, and it automates the distribution of the sprinkler heads and the routing of the pipes. As well, we'll use the MEP hangers to support our pipes and to distribute our hanger families automatically by predefined rules. By the way, we're having next session, next webinar on 16th of March, and it will take only 30 minutes, and we'll show the cut opening, and it will include the topics for fire protection designers as well. So we'll try to show the cut opening from different angle, and we'll try to show it for fire safety component distribution. I mean distribution of the openings, distribution of fire dampers, distribution of collar sleeves, boards, and other details that are shown on the right side of the monitor, something like this. So I don't want to speak about everything literally, so I just want to go to my Revit and show everything live. So I'll try to work on the Revit 2016, but you still can use 2017 or 15. Just one little thing, that before this webinar we updated our software. So if you have the possibility to check our tools for BIM doc, you can go here and you will see that we have a red bubble nearby the smart sprinkler solution, so you can update the software to have the newest version of it. By the way, before the webinar, you get some information how to prepare for the training webinar. So as usual, you have to have Revit, you have to have those 2 different softwares that I mentioned before. It's smart sprinklers and smart hangers. As well, you have to download a metric or imperial training files. What is included there in those files? So that includes 3 different files. One is the project file, and 2 of them are just sprinkler families. So I'm going to my Revit, and I'll try to show everything live, and I'll try to be not very quick, just to make sure that all of you can make all the steps together with me. So just to show everything from scratch, I'm using a mechanical template that came from Revit, together with Revit. So I'm opening a mechanical template, and as you know, it will contain some kind of pipes, some sprinklers, and some other views and materials as a template of the Revit. So the very first thing what I want to do is to link my Revit file. As we usually do, we do not have architectural or structural file in our current model, so we usually use link Revit feature. And I'm going to find my files. I have saved them somewhere here. I will map it here, and I'm taking that file. So I'm opening it, origin to origin, and my file is here. So I have my file. The next thing, as you can see from the 3D view, we have several floors. I mean, it's 3-floored building, so I need the elevations as they are in the real model, and I have only my mechanical first and mechanical second floors. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to use the Calibrate tab, and I'm going to copy monitor my levels, and I'm going to the elevation, to any of these elevation, east, north, south, or west. And as you can see from this place, my first level is at the same position as this one, but the second is not placed at a good place. As well, I do not have the third floor or parapet, so I have to copy those elevations from the real architectural model. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy monitor the elements from the architectural model by selecting a link, and I'm trying to copy the multiple elements, and I will filtrate because I selected some walls, as I see a roof, some slabs, and I'm using the filter here because I need just levels. I'm applying this filter. As you can see, all the levels are selected. I'm finishing my selection, and as well I'm finishing my copy monitoring. And right now, as you can see, those levels are mine. I can use those levels as my own levels. Just one thing, that I do not have those levels on my project browser. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to the View tab. I'm going to the Plan Views and Floor Plans, and I'm adding those plans, those floor plans that were copy monitored from architectural model. And as you can see right now, I will delete the old levels, and I will leave only the newest ones. As you can see, I'm able to go to the right position, to the right level of my model. The next thing, what I'm going to do with my linked model is that I'm going to go to the edit type, and I'm going to use room bounding because I want to distribute spaces inside of the model. Okay, so my model is room bounded. That means all my walls will bound all of the spaces, all of the rooms inside. The next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute spaces, the engineerical spaces, to my model, and I will do just a simple automatical distribution. As you can see, we have 34 spaces created through all my first entry level. And just to make sure that I am selecting the right spaces, I'm going to visibilities, and I'm going to, okay, I have a view template, I'm going to visibilities, and I'm going to find my spaces and make them visible like this. As you can see, I have green color, so it's easier for me to work. The next step, so right now we can start working with our software. We can start working with the Smart Sprinklers solution. And the first thing what I want to do is the layout of the sprinkler heads. So I just hit insert position symbol as virtual group. As we have in the systems, we have some kind of placeholders. So this position symbol is kind of the same. It has the same idea as placeholders. I'm hitting this this feature. I'm going to select my space, and the next thing I have to select a wall that will say that this is the x-axis of distribution. Because we have a linked model, we have to use escape button once. I'm clicking escape button, and as you can see, I'm still using the same insert position symbol of the virtual group, but I can select elements in a link, and I'm selecting this wall. The next step, I have to think about what kind of sprinklers I'm going to distribute. Okay, one of our attendees are asking me to slow down a bit, so that's great. Thank you for your comments. So I will be slower, and I'll try to speak something around, just to make sure that you are on time. If you have any questions, guys, you can write them into the question tab, or you can raise a hand in your GoToMeeting dialog. Yes. Okay, so I'm moving forward a bit. So I will distribute my my sprinkler planning position marks just to make sure that that all of my sprinklers are inside of the spaces. By the way, we have inside of Smart Sprinklers we have own interference checking, and this bubble will identify the area, the clashing area of our sprinklers. As the example, your sprinkler have to have half of meter free space to be placed. Like you shouldn't have any duct work or other pipe work nearby the sprinkler. So this bubble, this position symbol, will let you make the interference check and move your objects inside of the project. So after you choose one of these two, we have upright position mark and dependent position mark. I'm clicking OK, and instantly you'll see that Y and X axes appear on your building corner or on your space corner. What you will see in this table, the table is saying us where the objects will be placed. So the main idea is the space and space room numbers. So you have to check, are you in the right position? The second thing is default elevation of the sprinkler. I will make it 2.5 meters height, just as an example. And two very interesting things here: element distribution planning by X and Y axes. As you can see here, we have these two axes on our space, and we have distances in between elements on those axes. If I would apply these two distances, I will calculate and apply. You'll see that we have distributed sprinkler heads. Okay, and it's the solution is automatically calculating the number of elements on X and Y axes as well. You can distribute them only by the numbers, or you can distribute them by the distance in between elements, by the coverage area of the sprinklers. As you can see here in our model, we have some clashes, not clashes, but our sprinklers are nearby the walls, and it's not very good position for the sprinkler. So we have a special feature to set the minimum distance from wall. I will make it 1 meter, and I'll try to apply that. As you can see, the sprinklers just pop inside of the space, and you can be sure that we have all around 1 meter distance from the walls. As well, we have some extra special features like offset from the origin X, offset from the origin Y, number of elements on X or on Y. As example, I'll make 5 sprinklers on Y direction. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows only are added here. If I'll make it 100 just for this webinar, it will try to place as much as you need. After these position planning elements are distributed in your model, we can just click OK. And anytime you'll have any changes in a project, your walls will be moved or something, you can just easily get back to manage virtual group, and you are able to change something here. Okay, we have a question right now. Just a second. Okay, we have a question from here, Gedrus. Is it possible to place sprinklers on a Z-axis? As example, 10 centimeters from the ceiling. It is possible. Then you have special families. As the example, I will use really simple node-hosted families. So that means they will be placed at the exact position where my planning symbols are placed. I chosen 2.5 meters, so my sprinklers will be placed at the same position. The other way to work is to work with hosted elements. As the example, ceiling hosted elements. So it doesn't matter what elevation will you choose here, it will always place the sprinkler on a ceiling. So to answer your question, is it possible to place the sprinkler with a 10 centimeters distance from the ceiling? Yes, it is possible. Then you are creating sprinkler family. You have to just to make a distance from the ceiling to the sprinkler to make your 10 centimeters distance. So you can make different you can make different types: 10 centimeters, 20, 15, 25, etc. So yes, this is possible. Thanks for the question. Okay, so after I laid out my needed position marks, I'm going just to insert sprinklers to position symbol. First of all, what I would like to do, I'm going to the folder where I have my families, to the folder which was downloaded from our web page. I'm just dragging them to my Revit. I'm just dropping them there, and right now I'm going to insert sprinklers to position symbol. I'm clicking this feature, and I'm clicking on one of these position marks, and I get the families that are working with this solution. Basically, you can see here only sprinklers. So it is looking to the category, and if the category is made to be a sprinkler, you will see all your sprinklers here. I tried working with Revit families, I tried working with my own families, I tried working with different families from different manufacturers, and all of them are working properly. So I just have really simple one, just a stick that that is saying that this is a sprinkler, and I'm using exactly the same element as my planning position symbol. I place the pendant position symbols, so I'm placing the pendant real sprinklers on them. And as you can see, they are distributed. We still are able to manage the group. Maybe we need some extra spacing. Maybe we need to change the elevation. Maybe we need to offset them by some value, I don't know, by 3 meters right. I can apply. As you can see, I'm still able to do whatever I want, and the sprinklers can appear, can disappear. That depends on the number of rows on X and Y directions. Let's leave it zeros, and like this. Still, you're able to move your elements in a way you need. You can work together with of these position marks, or you can just move just the sprinkler heads. It doesn't matter. Okay, we have one comment from Tom Fogedrus. Tom is commenting, you can just set your elevation height. Yes, sure, you can just set the elevation height using our solution, because you have this option. So I distributed here. I will simply distribute my sprinklers here. Just calculate, apply. Maybe this one is more interesting because it's bigger. So basically, this distribution is really good when you have really big premises, shops, I don't know, sport halls, something like this, configuration, yeah. Some big premises, factories or something. So it is distributing your sprinklers really well. So I'm going to insert position symbol. I will take this wall as the x-axis. As you can see, I have this one. I will calculate. I will apply, and voila! What I have here is my distribution. Maybe I don't need these elements, so I just can delete them manually by selecting them. Maybe I don't need sprinklers above my staircase. Maybe those elements are too narrow to the wall, so I can just multi-align them with the other line to make sure that they are here. And again, I'm going to place my sprinklers. I'm taking pendant. Again, here I'm taking pendant. Voila. So I have distributed my elements. Let's go to the 3D view and check how does it look like. So I have lots of marks over there that I have wrong connection because it's still not connected. But I like this way of working because I can see where I have some bad points or just not connected ends. I'm going back to my project. Right now I want to draw my distribution pipe through the building. First of all, I would like to introduce that we have 3 different pipes in a fire protection system design. Basically, what we are using, I will use a pen. Okay, I will use a different color. I will use green. So we have a pipe that is connecting sprinkler to some pipe that is placed here. So this is a sprinkler pipe. Here we have a range pipe, and somewhere here a big one we're calling the distribution one. So we have to have 3 different pipe types just to connect our sprinkler to the range to the distribution, and draw the distribution line. So we have this possibility just straight from Revit. I'm going to the families on my project browser. I'm going to the pipes, and what I'm going to do, I will just duplicate my standard pipe. because I don't want to speak about the routing preferences, I will use these, and I will just rename them. One is a sprinkler pipe. Another one is range pipe, as I described before. Range pipe, and the last one, but not the least, is distribution. Yeah, so we have 3 different pipes. So I want to connect, I want to draw my distribution pipe, and I would like my smart sprinklers to route my range pipes and sprinkler pipes automatically. And I'm going back to my entry level, and I will draw a pipe. So I will use not a sprinkler pipe, but the distribution pipes, and I will draw it somewhere here. Let's make it 2750, because my sprinklers are at the offset of 2.5 meters, so it's okay, I think. And I will draw the pipeline here. I will go here. I will go down. And maybe I will make a cap, ended cap. Yes, and I would like to see my pipes a bit in a 3D view, so I'm making my detail level to be fine. I'm applying that. As you can see, I have the pipe. And the next thing, well, what we have to do is to configure how we want to connect our sprinklers to this distribution pipe. So the next step is to go to the configuration tab and hit sprinkler pipe routing configuration. The very first thing, well, what we have to think about is an upright and pendant sprinkler connection pipe. How the sprinkler will be connected to the range. We have several different options that are the most popular options all over the world. So we have the straight connection, we have this kind of the connection, etc., etc. So I will choose firstly just a straight connection. As well, you have to think about the elevation of upright and the elevation of the pendant range pipes. So basically they can be at the same elevation, they can be lower, or they can be higher. It doesn't matter. That depends on your design. If you want to have them up a bit higher than the distribution pipe, it's okay. You can just try that. If you want to connect your sprinkler straightly to the pipe, you have to just hit this button, and you can write the distance from the sprinkler to the pipe, or it could be 0, so the sprinkler will be placed straightly on the pipe. As well, down below, we have to set the configurations for the calculation of diameter. We're using the tables from ISO standard or Australian standard or NFPA standard, so you can choose any of these standards. If you're familiar with ISO, you can choose one of these 4 and one of these 4 as well. As well, we have a constant range pipe diameter for some customers. As the example, in my country where I live, we usually do the range pipes. It doesn't matter how many sprinklers. Like to the 5 sprinklers, the whole range is 25 mils, and that is all. As it is described in ISO, it is changing the diameter of the pipe depending on the number of sprinklers fed, and depending on some experience, we are using the constant range pipe. So let's try to use this one. As well, please select the sprinkler pipe type here, because we are going to select the sprinkler pipes types here. We will use range pipes for range pipe types, and we are going to use distribution pipes here because we need the distribution. As well, in this table you have to fulfill everything, like the sprinkler head adapter, the sprinkler pipe diameter, the cap, etc. So after this is done, we can just save our configuration, our configuration here. I'm saving, I'm hitting OK. We have one more question. Let's check. Evo is asking, can I use flex pipes as a sprinkler pipe type? Okay, so we are working on this, and I think this will be possible in the next releases of smart sprinklers. Yes, so thanks for the question. Okay, Gidrus is saying that 90% of sprinklers are connected using a flex pipe, and they have a standard length. Do we have such possibilities? Gedrus, as I described previously, we are working on this feature, and we'll have this feature in our next releases. So thanks for the question. Okay, so I just placed my configuration over there. I'm going further, and I will connect my sprinklers to distribution pipe. I'm taking the first one, the first feature, and this feature allows you to select sprinkler in space and a pipe where you want to route your pipes. It is trying to find the perpendicular way to the distribution pipe, and this is what we get. Let's check from the 3D view, and as you can see, I will make it fine. As you can see, we have a distribution, and we have some pipes here. Let's go further. Maybe it is more interesting from the 3D view. So I'm using the same feature. I'm taking the sprinkler, I'm taking the pipe, and as you can see, it is distributing pipes. It is inserting all the needed fittings, and it is sizing your pipes. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 sprinklers, and the diameter change here from the 25th to 32. Yeah. As an example, I would like to use this space. I'm going to change my configuration a bit. For following me, you can do this, or you can just wait for that. I'm using different variation of my sprinkler connection, and I'm clicking OK. I'm going to the 3D view because it's nicer. I'm going to insert sprinklers, connect sprinklers to the pipe. I'm taking the sprinkler, and I'm taking the pipe. And as you can see, we have this kind of connection because I chosen it in my sprinkler pipe routing configuration. I chosen this one, and my sprinkler was connected to the pipe in this way. So we're working on the feature where you can use a flex pipe in this case. Okay, and we have one more space where we want to distribute pipes, and as you can see, it's kind of bigger one. So I will just run this one. Okay, connect sprinklers. I'm taking the sprinkler, and the pipes are distributed. Okay, so that can take some time. Like let's check. We had 10 seconds after 34 minutes. Okay. Inserting caps, inserting fittings, everything is inserted into our project, and voila! So we spent 15 seconds to lay out our pipes. If you still need to do some manual changes, you're welcome. You can just use align features. You can use just align features to align your needed pipes, just to make sure that they are at the needed position. Okay, I would like to align this to this, this to this. Okay, so we have such distribution. Let's check from the 3D view what do we have. So we have a really nice distribution. Still we don't have any fittings over there. So I can suggest you to hit insert fittings feature, and it will find all the intersections in between pipes, and will insert fittings in those places. As you can see, it is splitting the pipe, and it is inserting the families. Again, here we have much more elements, and let's insert the fittings. Again, as you can see, it is trying to draw a new pipe everywhere. All the pipes will get new IDs because it's not kind of possible to have the same ID for separated elements. And we have such distribution. Like these elements that you have here, they are made, they are set in the routing preferences. So it depends on your work style. It depends on your standards, and it depends on the manufacturers of your region what kind of the routing preferences you will make. So all these fittings and all the elements that are inside of the piping are just taken from the routing preferences here. So after this is done, let's try to calculate something. I will use pre-calculate distribution pipe diameter. I will start from this point, so it will go through all. Okay, not that way. Let's take this one maybe. Pre-calculate. So it is again going through all the pipes. It is trying to calculate how many of the sprinklers we have on the elements, and as you can see, we have one pipe type. It's 50. Here it's 65. Here it's 80, and here it's 100. And it is going somewhere to 150. Everything is depending on the configurations that you have set. You can choose your standards, or you can create your own standards for the pre-calculation of your pipes. As the example, you need to place I don't know, the 100 diameter pipe. Then you have 80 sprinklers connected to it. So we can define this using our technology. Okay, we have some questions. Rachi is asking, okay, we have the question from Racha. Yes, so what about clash detection with other ceiling elements like lighting fixtures or diffusers if they are available through links? Like clash-free project should be made afterwards. Like we just root the elements, and afterwards you can just make your own decisions on each of the clash. We have one more question from Giedrus. Is it possible to log the diameter of the pipe at some positions? I'm not sure right now. I think that should be Revit's functionality. It is not possible from smart sprinklers. Okay, Paul is asking, is there a calculation standard for NFPA? Yes, we do have special standards for that. I'm going to show you how those standards looks like. Okay, I'm going to the 17 smart sprinklers. Okay, as you can see, we have Australian and ISO, and we have Imperial, so that is an FPA standard. That looks like this. If we have side connection and one sprinkler, we'll use 2-inch pipe, etc., etc. Basically, that is made by using such tables. Just a second, I'll show you. Smart sprinklers and theory. Yep. So this is the table from NFPA, no, from ISO standard, sorry. So if we have two-ended site layout, we will use 20-foot diameter if we have one sprinkler. We'll use 32 if we have two. We'll use 25 if it's free-end site layout, etc., etc. Okay, I guess I answered the question. We have some more questions. Okay, the Tom is saying that I get an error, one wrong point found, then I try to pre-calculate distribution pipe. Just try to draw, yes, Tom. So I would suggest you to draw a bend, as I did here, and start calculating from this point. Maybe that will help you. Okay, one more question from Tom. Also, is it possible for you to issue out the pipe schedule text file you just showed, please? Yeah, so we have such text, and you can find all these files just straight in our standards. I will go to the libraries and I will copy that to the chat of the GoToMeeting. Okay, so there you will see my name, my computer's name, but if you'll change, it will lead you to this place, and anytime you'll be able to check these files. Okay, I have one more question from Gedrus. Okay, Gedrus is just commenting, I guess. Like it's not very logical to change the diameter in the end of the pipeline. Yes, Gedrus, it is possible to set everything by yourself. If you would like to see that, we have range pipes and distribution pipes that has different text files. So everything depends on your own txt file. So you can prepare your own file in a way you need, and you can work in a way you work. Yes. So thanks for the questions. If you have any questions during the further presentation training, please let me know. Okay, let's go further. We distributed the sprinklers. We distributed the pipes. It looks really nice. It is kind of fast distribution of sprinklers. But I would like to show you another possible way of distribution that I found just, I don't know, few weeks ago. Like I'm working with smart sprinklers for more than 3 years, but I found this this new workflow just few weeks ago. So what I did, I just neglect the room boundings of the linked model. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't care about that space, those spaces. I just draw my wall. My new walls around the whole building, and I just inserted one space. Yeah, so I have one space here, and I distributed my sprinkler heads. So okay, let's check. It's second floor. I'll place it on 2.5, and I'll choose the pendant one. 2.5. Yes. Oh gosh, I don't see them. Maybe I have some problems with my view range, so I will neglect this one at this point. And my view range its top associated level, 3 meters apply. Yeah, so I have my sprinklers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to align them one line simply with align tool. Oh gosh. I'll create better similar ones, like 2.5 meters. Yes, this one here, and this one here. I will use maybe array feature, and I'll place something 25 lines of it. Right, 1.7 meter. Just simple distribution through all my building. Again, I can do the same here. And afterwards, I just draw my pipe, the distribution pipe, through all. Okay, I don't see it's the first level. So I would like it to see on the second, and the elevation of 2750. Yeah, I see it. So I just draw my distribution pipeline. I distribute my sprinklers in a way I did, just a simple distribution by hand, or distribution using our software. Just the space is needed for that purpose, that our smart sprinklers are trying to find all the elements in one space, and they are trying to connect them to one pipe. So in this case, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different premises, 9 different spaces basically. And if I'll try to connect them all to one pipe, so I have to run the same routine for 9 times. In this case, I have only one space, and I'm going to insert my pipes just like this. Because I have one space, it can distribute all the pipes instantly. So I worked with this solution for 3 years, and only this idea came to my head 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so that takes time. Again, we can just check how long does it take, and we can assume that it's kind of good. Yeah, so I made a building where I placed about 2,000 of sprinkler heads, and I routed about 7 kilometers of the pipe using this workflow. I don't know, for about 10 hours. Yeah, so let's check how does it look like. Yeah, that's what we need. I will just select this and cut everything. As you can see, distribution is made in the way I need. Cool, easy, fast, as I like. Yeah. So that's about the sprinklers. That's about the sprinkler distribution and routing of the pipes. Okay, I have some questions. Paulus Riley is asking, can you show how hydraulic calculations report looks like generated in Revit? Do you mean Revit 1? From Analyze tab, the pipe pressure loss report. Like when you're using sprinklers, you do not have any pressure losses inside. Then you are using the fire protection systems. There is no possibility to calculate the pressure loss. That's why we are using those tables that I showed to you before. Again, it is possible from API to calculate something, like to write the formulas of the calculation, but it is still on its way. It's still on our minds, and maybe in the future we will make it happen, and we will do the hydraulic calculation of sprinklers. So thanks for the question, Paul. Okay, so we have our pipe work, and we want to hang them all. The next idea, what we are going to do, we are going to use smart hangers, and we will place hangers on our elements. The first thing what we have to do is to download a file that is placed on our eHelp page. So by clicking a little question mark here, will be lead to our eHelp page where some information about the tool is placed. And we have some sample projects where the families of hangers are placed. So I'm taking Smart Hangers sample project limited version just for a trial people, and I just downloaded everything. Basically, I have it I have it on my computer already. I just open it. It's a zip file, and we have hanger metric template project. I'm just dragging it to my Revit. Okay, so as you can see, I have several families here, and I want to use them in my project. So I'm going to my project, and I'm using our Smart Hanger solution and the feature that is called Project Family Browser. This is really nice feature because you can drag any family from one project to another project easily. So I'm choosing Hanger project. I'm going to the structural connections, and I see all the families that were placed there. And I need all the pipe hangers. Okay, it's doing something. Okay, this was okay. This and maybe this and this. So I'm just loading the families, and as you can see, the families are transferred from one project to another. We have a special tool that is called Smart Browser. You can download it, and it has this feature as well as Smart Hangers. And if I will check my structural connection category, I'll see my hanger families here. So this is the start to work with Smart Hangers. The next thing is just to lay out your hangers. So I'm using, because I have only pipes here, I'm using pipe, and I will insert horizontal pipe hangers. First of all, you have to click on this, on pipes, and you'll see the whole table of your distributed pipes. If you will go deeper, you will see distribution, range pipes, sprinkler types. If you don't see everything in a way I have here, you can go to configure grouping, and you can ask to show everything by level, by type, and by family, or by any categories or parameters you have available. And this tree is based on basically on that table. After I select all of these instances, you can see that my pipes straightly in Revit are selected. That's good. I can work with those. I'm going to insert elements. I'm taking one of these families. It depends on what do you need. I would like to have a flex connection between pipe and a rod, and I have several rules, like array fixed number of hangers on a pipe, on each pipe. I have a rule to array hangers with a calculated distance in between them, etc., etc. And I would like to connect them somewhere. So I would like to connect them to the top, to the floor, or to the roof, or to everything that it finds in a maximum searching distance of 1 or 10 meters. So after this is done, you just hit Insert Model. It is going through all the model and it's trying to lay out your families. And as you can see, we have 58 elements inserted through 3 or 5 seconds. And let's check how does it look like. As you can see, we have the families here. Maybe that would be better to look from the 3D view. Okay. and I will take the first level's elements, I will cut them, and let's check what we have. As you can see, maybe this one again, just to see everything better. Okay, something is hiding them. Like I distributed my my hangers. The hangers are sized in accordance to the pipe. If you have any insulation on the pipe, it will automatically calculate into account that insulation, and it will connect your elements to the structure above. Let's check from this from the section. Maybe I just need this one. I'm going to check. Fine. As you can see, I laid out and connected my hangers straightly in a place I need. So this could be made in various distribution methods, by various distribution methods. Maybe I need to place hangers on my range pipe types, and I want to place different hangers depending on the size or depending on the length. Like I would like to place hangers for all the elements that are longer than 1 meter. I selected them. I go to insert elements, I choose the family, I choose the rule, and I just insert them to the model. And it is working instead of you. That's great. I just love when someone is working instead of me. Okay, and yeah, and 132 elements were inserted. Let's check from the 3D view. They are sized, they are connected. That's cool. You can use any hangers you have. They just have to be face-based elements, and you can adapt them to work with our Smart Hangers software. And I have the question. Gedrus is asking, we have strict requirements for hanger distribution nearby the sprinklers. Is it possible to place the hanger, as the example, 20 centimeters from the sprinkler? Yes, yes, Gedrus, it is possible. Okay, I'll show it in our software. We have special start and offset. As you can see in a picture, the start and offset is offsetting the first and the last hanger from the connection. I mean, from the sprinkler, from the maybe from the T, from the tap. So yes, the answer is yes. This is possible. Okay, so from my side, that is all, and I would like to thank all the attendees. And I see that we made the training session a bit longer because that's kind of the first online training session for this big amount of people. For me, we have really big amount of attendees today, and I'm really happy about this. And right now it is the time for questions if you still have some. I see that someone is having them. Tom is saying, when you tried to send the library, I don't think it worked. Tom, I don't know. Let's try to communicate via emails. You can just drop an email to support@aga-cad.com, and we will communicate via the libraries with you. Racha is saying, thank you very much. Racha, thank you for coming to our webinar and for your time as well. Tom is saying, can you try resend the families? Yes, so just drop a little email with some notifications about that you need the families, and I'll drop everything to you back. Tom is asking, can we put the families in a handout? That's a great idea, Thomas. I'm not sure if it is still possible to place something to the handouts after the webinar, but if that will be possible, we'll try to do that. Okay, Racha is saying that this was really interesting and helpful. Yes, Gedus is asking what is the price. He can't find that on our webpage. So just contact us and we'll give the price for you personally. This is our policy. Tom is saying don't worry, and Tom is saying I will do that by email. Yes, and that is all, I think. And we answered all the questions. I showed everything what I wanted to show, and I'm really happy to see really crowd in my training session. So thank you all for attending the training session, and keep in touch. And I hope I'll see all of you in my future trainings. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.